Hi. Today we're reviewing Quantum Leap: Too Close for Comfort, part of the Quantum Leap Expanded Universe book series. Overall, it was very simple. I will be watching the episode that goes in between at the very end of this, telling you how it may tie in or how it relates. It's called The Leap for Lisa. Because and this may just be an adaptation of that episode. I don't know, honestly. Um, but I really did enjoy the book. It was very simple. You follow around a very 1950s father in the 1990s. The mother, Genevieve Wales, has cancer. She is very much of the traditional values as well. The father would be considered toxic masculine today. Stephen Wales, he heads one of those male support groups. Al's attending, so you get to see modern future Al, let's go with that, and more recent past Al. And the whole worry for this book is if he interacts with him too much, will he create a new timeline? They are genuinely worried about that. So my theory, these books may follow along with the new Quantum Leap timeline. Kind of was fun to look at in this one. The thing I find odd about the episode it recommends and the character in the book, the daughter, is also called Lisa Whale. And if that doesn't connect with the show, which we'll see in a while, it just fits in rather serendipitously, too close to be a coincidence. She has a dirtbag of a boyfriend who tries to convince her to rob the whole mall because it's like 80s in the 90s.
Tries to talk her into robbing a store in the mall.
You have a point, Mom. It's not just the whole mall. It's one store. But anyway, it's a fiasco. And I'd love to see it created as a Quantum Leap episode if it hasn't been already, because it was very action-packed. Very, very, action and minute after minute, but it was very heartfelt at the same time. When the mother was suffering with cancer, like I said, they did not take away from the seriousness of the moment. They let the characters be there. Sam jumps into a lodger of those people. He lives with them. He's part of Stephen Wales' group, and he really must not have done anything the first time, because like Sam, it feels like does it all. This guy's very clean cut, very. How I pictured Ross in my mind was kind of nerdy. But he intervenes, as Sam often does, in very important moments in this family's life, and it's like, yeah, just awesome. It shows like It's a Wonderful Life shows. One man can make a difference. And I'm a sucker for stories like that. So I love stories where one man stops evil, where George Bailey saves the whole town, or Ross here saves this family because they show what they have you picture, because Mom would have corrected me. They have you picture what the project looks like for Al and what the prior timeline would have looked like for this family, and it's not pleasant. The girl, Lisa, ends up in jail. The mother dies. Sam saves her. But it was much more enjoyable than Quantum Leap at the beginning. I know some of these books are their own adventure. I just don't know if this was one of them. And if it was, this writer did a very, very, very good job. I know I had to spoil a lot of it to explain the plot, but I really felt for the characters. The loser boyfriend, for example, reminded me of a former friend of mine. How rough life can get, you know? I'd love to see Ben Song. I said this before and I'll say it again. Love to see Ben Song just have his story continue in this world. Have them meet Sam for like one of the books. I mean, I've heard this book summarized as Al gets a tie, but there's so much more than that. He not only gets a tie, he gets to know Sam before getting to know Sam, because it's implied that he can see Sam. And we find out Al can leap through Al. That is, present time can leap through past time, Al Calavici. It's a great start. I would start with this one over Quantum Leap. The beginning kind of felt like not necessary if you're going to watch the show anyway. As a solo book, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I would have liked to have seen where he left past that. I'm going to watch A Leap for Lisa now, the episode, and I'll tell you how it is and how it fits in with Quantum Leap continuity. See you in a minute. Needless to say, the leap, A Leap for Lisa does not really factor in to the book Too Close for Comfort, but the books do factor into themselves. No, there was no Jan Hensing Long, but at the same time, there was characters like Verbena Beeks, repeat characters. And that episode does matter because in it you see a young Al Calavici, and he's very just unsure generally about his young self in this and the book Too Close for Comfort and the TV show. In the show, Al's on trial, and they like sent him back in time, and you see kind of what was going on, what I think was going on here in this book, which was time moving around, overlapping Sam's present time. Which kind of fits in with my theory that the newer Quantum Leap episodes might take place in the book reality, but that still means there was a Sam Beckett, and book 1 still took place the way it did. Again, for any of you that made it this far, I still would give it a 4. I'd give the episode a 3. the episode is right before the Major Kennedy episode. If you know, you know. Which, I don't know if that is the only time in Quantum Leap that Sam interacted with Kennedy. Just as a small aside. But, yeah, that's the episode they chose to place it in between. It could also be that the episode, because the episode takes place in one of those time jumps. Because remember when they shut down the project in the new season of Quantum Leap, they revealed that Ben, hardly any time had passed for him, but there had been time for the outside world that had passed. So, yeah. There could be a lot of jumps in between the show and what we, as the audience, see. But that's just kind of my pet theory, kind of not. I was kind of bummed out. It was a real shame that we didn't get to see a live action version of the Wales family. But we got a repeat of episode 1 in book 1. Yeah. If you just start here, you're not missing much. I think for the non-hardcore fans, definitely maybe start at Too Close for Comfort. But the hardcore fans, I guess you guys can start at the very beginning, even though it's just episode 1 over again. I liked how the moral of this was life's worth living. Keep that in mind, kids. I know times are tough out there, but we have to make do. You find interesting stuff that way. Keep leaping. Bob out. I hope that made sense. Yeah. Yeah, eventually I'll review the last episode of Ben Song's Quantum Leap. But until then,